Hello there, gang, and welcome to Displaying-Model-Behaviour. There's a whole bunch of news out there, so let's talk about it. Doing something a bit different with the show today. I'm going to include a whole bunch of pop culture news, but if you're only here for the toy news, and if you are, God bless you, because you're one of the real ones, then don't worry, you can skip straight to the toy news in the chapters below. But if you want to hear about all the different things going on in the world right now, well, here it goes. How much are Robert Downey Jr. and the Russo brothers getting paid for this big Avengers comeback? Well, the answer might not shock you. It's more than most countries' GDP annually. But Variety has reported some more details, and I'm going to take you through it. So they're saying that bringing back key members of the old gang won't come cheap. Sources say Marvel is plunking down $80 million for Anthony and Joe Russo to direct Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars, and significantly more for Downey to tackle the uber-villain Doctor Doom in the two tentpoles. This doesn't come as a huge surprise that they're paying a lot of money, but the actual budget of a huge movie just on these guys, that's marking two big things in my mind. A lot of confidence in the people they're paying, and a lot of worry about where their franchise is going. Because Deadpool and Wolverine, breaking box office records left and right, but they know that that's kind of an anomaly these days. That ain't the norm. That's not the standard. That's, oh, thank goodness, we've got another hit. But we need to keep that trainer rolling. So they're going to wheel out the dump truck full of money. And it's going to be worth it. With Robert Downey Jr., I say it's going to be worth it. I'm confident. I think it will be. Because whether or not you like the idea of him coming back, playing a different character, it's got people talking. It's got eyeballs on the product again. It's got more excitement. Because honestly, even though, as a Marvel fan, I was hoping that the new Avengers movies would get things back into a good gear, I was also a little bit ambivalent because I've been kind of burnt out. And now that the Russo brothers are back, and Tony Stark, well, not Tony Stark, but RDJ is back playing Doom, that's kind of got a bit more of a buzz. It's going on to say here, the Russos' deal doesn't include back-end compensation, but it does contain performance escalators that kick in at the $750 million and $1 billion thresholds. The brothers will also produce the two films via their AGBO banner. That marks something of a departure from Marvel, which typically doesn't work with outside producers preferring to keep the team in-house. So clearly, Disney are making some big caveats and allowances to bring these guys in. You would have thought that $40 million a piece would have been sweet enough. But hey, look, the Russo brothers, they're clearly smart people, and they think, no, we got Disney over a barrel. Let's do this the way that we want to do it. But considering that they are going to be getting more money depending on how much the movie grosses, that means they're going to want to do it the best way possible. These ain't just guns for hire. These guys are going to be passionate. Why? Because people love money. Who can blame them? I'm kind of fond of money myself. So it says here, for Downey, who helped catapult Marvel into a money-printing machine thanks to his turn as Tony Stark in the first Iron Man film in 2008, his deal also is filled with perks that include private jet travel, dedicated security, and a whole trailer encampment for the newly minted Oscar winner. Hey, look, if you're going to be filming these movies, you might as well be comfortable. Am I right or am I right? Why should you have to suffer for your art? According to one knowledgeable source, Downey is by far the highest paid member of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. You don't say. I don't think that's a very impressive source. Like, guys, Downey Jr. is paid more than anyone else. Do you think? Apparently, in his time at Marvel, RDJ has pulled down between $500 million and $600 million over the course of 4 Avengers movies, 3 Iron Man outings, and a cameo in The Incredible Hulk, Captain America Civil War, and Spider-Man Homecoming. The Variety article does go on to also just wax lyrical on how Marvel have not been enjoying the success that they're used to. They go on to say that although Marvel has become the most dominant brand in cinema over the last 30 films, it began to show cracks in 2023 with a ho-hum Ant-Man sequel that brought in just $476 million worldwide, coupled with a disastrous The Marvels, which barely cleared the $200 million mark globally. I dare say the cracks were appearing before that. We had, of course, all the pandemic stuff with Black Widow, and then there was something else that was a little bit of a miss. My mind escapes me, but hey, the Disney Plus output wasn't exactly lauded and approved of by everyone, myself included. WandaVision was a good start. After that, though, whew, it got a little bit rocky. Adding to the angst on the Burbank lot, the entire future Avengers arc that centered on villain Kang had to be scrapped amid actor Jonathan Majors' legal troubles. Marvel parent company Disney cut ties with Majors hours after he was convicted of assault and harassment stemming from an altercation with his girlfriend at the time. In short order, director Dustin Daniel Cretton exited Avengers Kang Dynasty. Variety previously reported in a cover story on the studio's woes that Marvel was considering pivoting from Kang to Doctor Doom as Major's problems mounted, and that Chief Kevin Feige was keen to bring back Downey, who will segue from his Broadway debut in the fall to production on Avengers in the new year. I got to admit, when I first heard the rumors a couple of days before Comic-Con, that RDJ might be coming back as Doom, I didn't believe it in the slightest. I thought, no, that is just nonsense, internet rumors running amok. And then, boom, here we are. So sometimes the craziest rumors are the ones you should pay the most attention to. Wrapping up, the article goes on to say, sources say Downey, who is repped by WME, agreed to return to the MCU if the Russos, who are CAA clients, would be directing. They're the only ones he would work with, says a source familiar with the deal making. After all, the brothers' two Avengers movies earned a whopping $4.851 billion combined. As Marvel looks to regain its footing, a Downey-Russo reteaming is a perfect combination of timing and everyone being on the same page, says one executive close to the project. And there you have it, folks. There's big money involved here. So just to cover these gentlemen's salaries, this movie is going to have to make so much money. But sometimes you got to go big or go home. And right now, judging from the initial buzz, whether you like RDJ playing Doom or not, it's got people talking. And most folks, I think, are just going to see that RDJ is back in the MCU and they're going to be buying their tickets. And you know what? They're probably going to be going to see it twice. Myself, I know I'm going to be there on opening day. What country will I be in 2026? Lord only knows. But I'm going to be looking forward to it. I know I'll probably be seeing it with subtitles. Really quick little piece of news. Warner Brothers are moving forward with a Matrix Part 5. Part 4 was a massive disappointment, to be honest. Just felt like a quick, lazy retread of the original Matrixes. Is Part 5 going to be any different? Well, it will be to an extent, because apparently the Wachowski sisters are not going to be involved. And I'm not saying, oh, they're bad, they made bad movies. They made at least one incredible movie. But so far, we've not really had anything blow away since then. So if Warner Brothers can go maybe in a new direction with The Matrix, do something new and exciting, then I'll be there. Because the movies are hit and miss. But the world and the franchise, that whole cyberpunk kind of thing, I really dig it. So if it means we're going to get more Matrix in the future, I'm going to be here for it. In pro wrestling news, Tony Khan has had a meeting with Shane McMahon. Just a bizarre thing that a year or two ago you would have thought that's the kind of thing that you would file under never gonna happen. But here we are. What does this meeting mean? Goodness only knows. But the last time I heard about a crazy meeting, it was Robert Downey Jr. talking about playing Doctor Doom. And I was like, well, that's ridiculous. That's never gonna happen. But here we are, so literally anything can, whether it's in movies or pro wrestling. So I feel like the name McMahon is kind of horribly tainted, and rightly so. But Shane, in fairness to him, he ain't done nothing wrong. You can't pick your parents, and he does seem like a decent dude. So could he bring anything to the AEW table? I don't know. I mean, it certainly gets people talking. It's got me talking. I'm a people. So what's going to come of this? Maybe nothing, but certainly an interesting story to ruminate on. Yeah, ruminate. That's a 6-point word right there. Can Spider-Man come out to play? Well, I hope so, because some people are going to be dressed for the occasion in their Hasbro Green Goblin cosplay helmet. This looks super fun. Never saw this coming, but here we are. You got the Star-Lord mask, the Iron Man mask, Captain America's shield, Mjolnir, Stormbreaker. You can put together a whole armory thanks to Hasbro. And this mask, what I like about this is that it's going to be there on display just like Norman Osborn. Kind of keeps it on display as well. I kind of dig that. You should hang it on the edge of your chair and have disturbing conversations with it. Or at least that's what I would do. And for $124.99, you can do that too. But I know what you're thinking. What's a Green Goblin without his pumpkin bombs? Don't worry, they've got that covered too. For $40, you can get a movie prop replica pumpkin bomb. Being a big Sam Raimi 2002 Spider-Man fan, I really like this. It's funny that the Green Goblin mask was one of the more maligned things in the 2002 Spider-Man movie. So much so that they very quickly got rid of it in No Way Home, but certainly for my demographic, we're always going to have a little bit of love in our hearts for this. And the only danger is, it's going to get expensive because, I mean, you can't just have one pumpkin bomb, can you? You've got to have two. First, we attack their wallets. Yeah, it's not the heart. You don't go for the heart, buddy. If you're Hasbro, you go for the wallet. But hey, they do look pretty awesome. Super fun and totally random, Lush are doing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles bath bombs. I just randomly came across this Lush store in Nambo when I was doing a little toy hunt. I was like, Ninja Turtles? What are you doing in Lush? Well, they're doing pizza-shaped bath bombs. I actually really love this. So goofy, so weird. Is this exclusive to Japan? The folks in England, America, do your Lush stores have Ninja Turtle themed bath bombs? Because for a big old child of the 80s, this would be an awesome present. If you see these, you might want to grab them because I imagine not only are they super fun little novelty items, but chances are you're going to smell amazing. Brutal Realm are showing off more of their entry-level figures. This is kind of cool. They're doing all different types of action figure. So you can go for the really high-end, zhuzhed-up ones, or if you just want some basic barbarians, then boom, you can jump on that too with their $30 figures. And each one of these three, they got a little certain je ne sais quoi to them. I do dig everything that I'm seeing from Brutal Realm. The articulation looks real nice, and most of all, they're just big, chunky boys. That's what I want in my action figures. I want action figures that look like action figures. They look like they work out. They could back you up in a ruck. Because, I mean, look at me. I'm the kind of guy who clearly goes out and gets in a ruck on a Friday night. Yeah, you can tell, can't you? Troublemaker over here. The chicks dig a bad boy. But they also dig badass action figures. And that's what Brutal Realm are putting together. Everything I see from this Kickstarter, I just like more and more. You're winning me over, lads. Everything looks real pretty that you're putting out there. All right, you're going to have to bear with me while I glance down at my screen because I want to make sure I get all the information about this thing right, because this ain't Dave's wheelhouse. We've got from Bandai, Robot Damashi Volts V. I think this is a Filipino franchise. I'm not entirely sure though, so let me know. I know we got a lot of viewers from the Philippines. Is this something that you grew up with? So Volts V Legacy, going to be 15 centimeters tall, a big old mech for your shelf. Release date of February next year, 10,000 yen, which equates to about 60, 70 bucks, give or take. It looks great. Bright, bold looking colors. I dig it. I don't know it, but I like it. Looks very Voltron-ish, and yeah, this is a fun aesthetic. I like what I'm looking at, even though I don't know what it is. Oh my goodness, my heart. My heart, the cuteness overload. And I'm not normally someone who goes for cutesy things, but these Hot Toys Spider-Man 2 bobblehead things, it's funny because they're dangerously close to Funko Pops, which I don't really have any time for. But for whatever reason, these just kind of fill me with a little bit of joy looking at them. They're just sort of adorable. Probably helps I'm a big fan of Sony's Spider-Man 2. So these, I don't have a release date or price yet, but we'll keep an eye out because they're just adorable little buggers. So yeah, I like what Hot Toys are doing. Normally you expect the classic 1/6 scale, big, massive, super expensive items from Hot Toys, but sometimes they just go outside the box and do something a bit random, and that's definitely what this is. But they're pretty adorable. And they're not stopping there. Also in their Cosby collection, they're doing the X-Men 97 characters. What's fun about these though, of course, if you're a Marvel Legends collector, you've pretty much got your X-Babies here. If you've got a Mojo and you want to build up an X-Babies team, then here you go. These are the ones right here. What's a little bit funny, I can see on the display at least, they're showing 2 Wolverines. So, I don't know, like, they both look the same to me. Maybe one is a slight variant. It's a bit of a shame that maybe you didn't have a Jubilee or a Bishop filling that slot. Nonetheless, though, they do look super cute and fun, so I'll give you points for that. But yeah, of all the things I expected to come across today, these weren't one of them. But here they are, and they look really cute. Now, this might not be something that any of you want to get, but I just wanted to show it because it's just a bit beautiful. Peacart Studios are doing a limited run of 400 or 399 for some reason of these 1/6 scale samurai figures, and it's just stunning. I mean, to think that you can get a figure that looks like this. It looks like a Madame Tussauds type creation. Almost a little bit too uncanny valley. I don't know if I want something this realistic in my collection, but I just wanted to share it with you because this is a general smorgasbord of action figure news, and this definitely qualifies as that. But yeah, just a pretty fascinating curiosity of what can be created. Don't have a price for this, but yeah, just a pretty amazing piece. Revealed at Comic-Con, NECA are doing the new batch of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from The Last Ronin. These are the descendants of the original Turtles. I did read The Last Ronin, but I can't remember exactly how these turtles come about, if April rescues them from somewhere. My brain can't remember what I had for breakfast this morning, let alone the details of The Last Ronin story. What I love, though, the design of these turtles. I'm a big fan of the turtles all looking unique and different besides just the bandana color. I know the most recent cartoon did that, and a lot of folks weren't too keen, but honestly, I love the more interesting designs, and these are real interesting. I love that you got a full run gamut of the big hulking dude, the smaller little nimbly one, the almost albino looking turtle. I love these. So their names are Uno, Moja, Odin, and Yi. And they look gorgeous. I haven't read the Last Ronin follow-up, but I kind of want to now because I just really dig these designs. Fog toys. Oh my goodness, I'm loving these guys. I got the original figure in this line. Well, I say I got it. It was a gift from friend of the show, Kozan, and such a glorious gift as well because I dig it. It's beautiful. You know what? Let me show you. Here it is. It's right over here. Take a look at this guy. Absolutely gorgeous. Just beautiful. I talk about the art of action figures. This is the art of action figures right here. Absolutely stunning. And they're doing it again. Now they've got this new character who's got what looks kind of like a bipedal motorbike mech. Glorious. You can check this out over at 5K Toys, I think. They're normally a good distributor for these lesser known lines. They just look stunning though. Absolutely beautiful. I love the kind of post-apocalyptic Disney kind of aesthetic is what I would call it. Call it what you will, but call it an absolutely gorgeous action figure. And now that I got the first one, I think I'm going to kind of want to get this second one as well because they'll make a heck of a gorgeous pair on the shelf. And yeah, I think I just talked myself into it. So I'm going to take a look for when this is released because I don't have... Is the name Mist Toy? I'm not sure because the information has gone through auto-translate. So I'm not entirely sure of the name of the character, but I think you can find her on 5K Toys. I'm going to do a little bit of research now, but yeah, looks absolutely gorgeous. Once again, going to do a little bit of screen reading so that I make sure I get the information on this figure correct. But when I first saw this mech insect creation, I thought this was the Knights character from Sega's Dreams game. Remember that for the Sega Saturn? Whew, I am dating myself on that one. So this is the Big Firebird Build X Good Smile company, so I guess it's a company collaboration, die-cast figure Insect Mecha Girl. And she's going to be released around about the third quarter of this year. So there you go. I don't know much else, but the pictures sure are pretty. 1,000 Toys are doing this 1/12 scale synthetic human, which looks wicked, but 1,000 Toys often scale quite small. I remember seeing some, I think, D-Amazing reviews. He's featured them before. They are 1/12 scale, but they're very much the shorter side of 1/12. But this looks so freaky and really cool. Very iRobot and any other sci-fi things. I was like, come on, brain, let's have some references. And my brain went, nah, not going to do that. It's like, Christian, hey Tom Cole, give me a beat. No. It's a deep cut pro wrestling reference. So these look really cool though. Price 8,500 yen, so about $50 give or take, and going to be released in December this year. I can't believe I didn't actually mention this on any of the previous good newses. Good newses? Yeah, that's a plural of it. Hasbro also revealed their new Wolverine, their brown costume Wolverine that a lot of people were hoping for. Me personally, don't like it. It just looks so basic, so plain, so plastic, so like, really? Is that it? I'm all down for a new brown costume Wolverine, and I know a lot of people are going to say, yeah, but this is exactly the same as either the arcade style or the OG Secret Wars style, and that's all well and good, but I sort of think it translates into a nice-looking action figure. Certainly not in the year of our Lord, 2024. I feel like we expect a little bit more. The face just looks so basic. Everything looks so basic. It just looks like it was just farted out of a mold. There you go. Like, there's no real detail or nuance in there. Maybe it's just me being hypercritical, but I don't think so. Because I sing Marvel Legends praises all the time. In fact, according to most of my comment sections, I'm either a hater or a Marvel Legends shill. Like, I don't know. I guess it depends on what episode you watch. If you watch this one, though, it's definitely a hater, because I don't like this. It feels like they probably, I don't know, it's not fair to say what they probably did or didn't do, because I don't know. I don't work for Hasbro, despite what the people who call me a Hasbro shill say. But it just feels like this was a minimal effort kind of thing. Yes, it's a brown costume Wolverine, but yeah, it just doesn't look like it's worth my money. You know what I mean? What does look worth my money, though, are the Cyberpunk figures from Jada. I couldn't think what I was talking about there. I knew it was Jada, but my brain was like, cyber something? Cyberpunk. Oh my goodness, they look glorious. We've seen some pictures of these already, but we got some more footage from Comic-Con. And oh gosh, just the 1/12 scale, the Lord scale, the soft goods jackets and coats, and just oh, and they'd go really well with those alphabet figures as well, like this dude right here. He looks straight out of Cyberpunk. You could put a couple of those Jada figures with him as well. Oh, they would go together so beautifully. Those two different brands, they'd come together and they'd do the dance. It's going to look so good on the shelf. I say that like I'm definitely going to buy them. I don't know if I will do. I'm guessing with these cloth goods and all the nice details, they might be super expensive. But hey, come on. Why are we working all these hours in the week if it's not to buy wicked action figures? Genuinely. Why am I doing this if it's not for toys? This should be a segment called Dave Doesn't Know. Dave doesn't know, Dave doesn't know, he's gonna scratch his head because Dave doesn't know. In this case, what company is making this brawn? Or maybe not brawn? It says here on the listing, Black Mamba GS01, Oversized Studio Series SS80 Brawn. So is that Hasbro? It's like it's using the name Brawn, so otherwise it would be like generic Brawny Bot or something, you know, legally distinct. I don't know. I've just got pretty pictures to go on. Sometimes, what else are we doing here? But just sharing pretty pictures and talking about the things we love. This looks like something I could love. Talking about cyberpunk stuff, if it's not a Transformer, just a cool looking mech robot to have just hanging out with your cyberpunk characters. I like the aesthetic. I don't know who makes it, don't know where to find it, but we're talking about it here. And speaking of Transformers and mechs, 3.0 have shown off some gorgeous images. I mean, this was San Diego Comic-Con, so they didn't show off images, they showed off the figures, and then people took glorious images of them. And these Transformers 1 designs, they look okay. I mean, I'm not a big fan of the Transformers 1's, well, designs. I don't want to say design twice, but I couldn't think of another word. Aesthetics, I guess. I know that Transformers 1 is going to be more of a kids movie, but I'm still quite looking forward to seeing it. And seeing these different characters listed here, yeah, they look kind of fun. So, it's like Forrest Gump, but that's all I got to say about that. Pushy Point Toys. I know, your favorite toy brand, right? Pushy Point Toys. They're doing a 1/12 scale Metaphor Maniac. Not the Riddler, but the Metaphor Maniac, the off-brand Riddler, I guess. Hey, Mum, can we get the Riddler? No, honey, we've got the Riddler at home. Metaphor Maniac. But, he looks great. It's soft goods, man. Soft goods, especially in a 1/12 scale, that's always going to mash my potatoes. Because it's just so much little details that have been just scrunched down into a tiny thing. And then the overall result looks really cool. I wasn't a huge fan of the Batman. I enjoyed it, but I don't need to immortalize any of the characters. But if you do, then this metaphor maniac, as he's known, he'd be a pretty good stand-in for the Riddler from that movie. Honestly, I think they both look quite similar. Hasbro have released full images, the full production shots of their newest G.I. Joe figures that they debuted at San Diego Comic-Con, and it's just more evidence as to why I don't collect G.I. Joes, because if I did, I'd be in the poorhouse, because I love all of them. I wouldn't be able to just pick and choose. Well, maybe I could just get the Dreadnoks. No! But oh, I would want to, because they look so good. So it's Action Pilot Halo, Action Marine Sniper, Raptor, and Road Pig. Just, there's the Steel Core Twilight Guard 2-pack as well. They just look beautiful. Road Pig apparently has the G.I. Joe audience split, because apparently he's not as buff as he should be, and he's not totally accurate. I don't know the source material. I just see this big honking, chonking dude with a terrifying looking pig mask and a good little doggy, and I'm like, I love you, man. That looks great. The Sniper has the soft goods camouflage gear, and all of her guns can be put down in her case. It's just everything. Oh, the Hasbro G.I. Joe team, you're killing it. You're absolutely killing it. Why can't the Marvel Legends get that kind of love, you know? Because I'm looking at these, and then I'm looking at the brown costume Wolverine, and it's like, one of these things is not like the other. And I know what you're saying, yeah, but the Marvel license is more expensive. Yeah, well, guess what? $25 is $25 in my pocket. So I know what I'm going to spend it on, or at least metaphorically or hypothetically what I would do. And it would definitely be these guys, especially Road Pig. Over in Artist Alley, I'm going to shout out You're a Crab. Yeah, I've mentioned them before, but you know what? They're doing this new series of converting Sonic the Hedgehog and other Sega characters into anime girl characters. That was a sentence, I suppose. But they look awesome. I've seen the Shadow and the Knuckles. The dude's doing wicked work. I love it when you take an IP from something and then convert it and change it into something else. That's just fun. So this is also super fun and kind of bright and bold and colorful. I love this art style. Go check this creator out on Instagram. They're doing amazing stuff. Today's cosplay cover artist is Vladi Lagalagan. Go check her out on Instagram. Her cami cosplay, obviously that's what caught my eye. This lady knows how to put in the work at the gym. I've seen a lot of buff camis, but this one might take the take. Take the take? Take the cheesecake. Take the cheesecake. Take it home. Enjoy a slice. While you're doing that, I'm not going to edit this, go check out her Instagram. She's pretty amazing. I want to know what her workout plan is, because we're just starting August and it is suns out, guns out, and this is a first-class ticket to the gun show. Don't act like you're not impressed. And folks, that does it for the news for today, but we're not done yet because it's time for the Model Behaviour Underground shoutouts. Every day I do a live stream for the Model Behaviour YouTube channel members. And in there, you guys can ask questions and we talk and chat and just cover all the topics of the day. So I wanted to feature a couple of the things that we covered, some of the questions asked, and just include some of the gang who were in the live stream in this episode as well, because it takes a whole community to build a ridiculous nonsense YouTube channel, and that's what we've done here. So I'm going to hand this next section over to the Model Behaviour Underground community. Guys, thank you so much for supporting this show. Thank you for the questions you were asking. We had some really fun conversations this morning, and I'm looking forward to the next one. Do you think that Mezco will keep doing classic Spider-Man figures like Mysterio, Electro, Kraven, and more? I just don't think they should do a Venom because I just don't think it would look good. You know, I always wondered that about Mezco, and I'm inclined to agree. I mean, certainly no cloth goods. Like, you know, I've seen cloth Venoms before, and yeah, they look silly because it's normally a plastic Venom head on a cloth body, and it just doesn't work. I think Mezco could do a full plastic Venom. I mean, they have done full plastic figures before, and they've looked good. But yeah, I don't think they need to go further, like, past the classic villains. I want the Sinister Six, man. Just as long as they look good. That's the thing. I just want things to look good because oh my goodness, I love the Mezco Green Goblin so much. Genuinely one of my favorite action figures. But the what am I trying to say? Come on, brain, work with me. Yeah, their Dr. Octopus still looks very underwhelming. I'm really disappointed with their Doc Ock. I think they could have done a great job, but looking at the original reveal images and then seeing some photos from San Diego Comic-Con, he just looks so underwhelming, man. He looks really underwhelming. I feel like his costume is this light green color that just doesn't really work for me, and like the body is not very portly. I know that in his first appearance he wasn't that portly, but you don't have to be beholden to the first appearance, but they clearly are. The tentacles look really basic. It's a shame, again, because their Green Goblin, so good. Immortal Slayer, did you look at the Jada Cyberpunk figures yet? They look amazing. All four are instant pre-orders. David, Lucy, Rebecca, and Maine. Dude, I was blown away by those Jada Cyberpunk figures. It's crazy that they're making these Street Fighter figures and we think, oh yeah, these look really good. And then they're like, yo, hold my beer. We ain't done yet. And then they're showing all the soft goods and the details that these come with. They look gorgeous. They look really, really impressive. Almost worryingly so, because I'm like, I don't need another avenue to start going down on my collecting, but it's real tempting, man. It's real tempting. Jada, they've done some great stuff with those Cyberpunk figures. Dave, the Marvel Legends Wolverine head sculpt alone looks like Hot Toys quality. Honestly, it does look pretty. They always pump so much effort and sculpting and work into their MCU figures. I almost get a little salty because I'm like, oh, do that for the comic book figures. Those are the ones that I want. And also, it's the comic book figures that get the most clicks on this channel. So I can't help but think that that's where your bread is buttered. But I'm sure that there's some kind of deal or reciprocal thing where Disney, Marvel, they want them to, make these MCU figures and pump more money into them. And dang it, the proof is in the pudding, because the face sculpts do look really, really good. Fabdell, as a huge Doctor Doom fan, I'm genuinely interested in what RDJ and the Russos will bring to the table. It can be a great story or a total wreck. I'm intrigued, brother. Much like yourself. I want to see what happens. I've got high hopes. I genuinely do. I'm willing to get my hopes up for this. I think it might deliver. Time will tell, though. I like the bright and cartoony style of newer figures from Hasbro, but that brown suit Wolverine is just lazy, and the head sculpt is just awful. Dude, I'm inclined to agree. And you know me, I'm a big Marvel Legends apologist, and I love my Marvel Legends, but the second I saw that figure, I was just like, ugh. It just looks so cheap, man. It looks real cheap. I'm not a fan. And you know me, when I see a Marvel Legend that I love, I will stamp my feet and light a match and sing it to high heavens. But this one, this ain't it. And I don't care what source material it's based on. It's still not a good looking figure. It could be based on the most perfect source material that is a one-to-one recreation. But guess what? I don't think it looks good. That's just me. I don't want to rain on anyone's parade. If folks out there like absolutely love it, dude, I'm happy for you, man. And I hope you get it. And it's your figure of the year, and that's awesome, man. That's awesome. But I don't like it. And folks, that does it for model behavior for today. What did you think about the items covered? Comment below. Let me know. And if you like what you see here and you want to see more, then you know what you gotta do. You gotta join the 6-1 clicks by clicking the like, share, and subscribe buttons. And if you want to be a part of building this community, well, you can do by joining the YouTube channel members section. Or not, just give a thumbs up. Even don't do that. I just appreciate you watching. Words are hard. I'm not going to edit that. Because also, I've got to go to work in 2 minutes. It's no time. Just got to keep my blunders in. Gang, thank you so much for watching. And until next time, keep displaying model behavior. Big time.